I never believed in haunted houses. I thought all those stories were just exaggerated tales, bedtime entertainment for thrill seekers. But that belief shattered the night I stepped into 43 Willow Lane, the house my uncle left me after his mysterious death. It stood alone at the edge of town, tall, gray, and silent. The kind of house that seemed to breathe when the wind blew. People said it was cursed, that whoever lived there heard voices at night. I laughed at them, but deep inside, a strange uneasiness crawled through me when I first saw those cracked windows and the front door that hung slightly ajar, as if it had been waiting. The moment I entered, the air felt heavy, not dusty, heavy, like the house itself was alive, watching me. Every step I took echoed back, but the echo was always half a beat late. I set up my things in the main hall. Old portraits hung crookedly on the walls. Their eyes seemed to follow me no matter where I went. There was one painting, though, different from the rest. A family portrait. A man, a woman, and a child. But their faces were scratched out, violently, as if someone had clawed through the canvas in rage. That night, the first night, I couldn't sleep. It started with a whisper. Soft, barely there. At first I thought it was the wind, but then I realized it was coming from inside the room. Leave. A cold voice right beside my ear. I froze. My breath caught in my throat. I turned. No one. But the closet door was open. I was sure I'd shut it earlier. The next morning, I told myself it was exhaustion. I tried to ignore the chill that followed me through the house. But as the day passed, the house grew darker. Not from the sun, from something else. The corners looked deeper, the air thicker. I began to feel like the walls were inching closer. By the third night, I started hearing footsteps in the hallway. Slow, deliberate, heavy. I told myself it must be rats or the wood creaking, until I saw a shadow stop at my door. The knob turned. Once, twice, then stopped. When I opened the door, no one was there, but the floorboards were wet, as if someone had walked through a puddle. That's when I found the diary. It was hidden beneath the floorboard in the study. The leather was cracked, and every page was stained with something dark. The first entry read, "The house speaks to me now. I tried to silence it, but it knows my name." My uncle's handwriting. The last entry, dated 2 days before his death, said only one word: run. That night, the whisper returned. Louder, clearer, but now it knew my name. Norman, it hissed. Why did you come back? I didn't remember ever telling anyone I was coming. I barely told my friends I had inherited the house. How did it know my name? I ran to the front door. It wouldn't open. The locks twisted on their own. I could hear the whispering now from the walls, the floor, the ceiling. They weren't voices anymore. They were screams. I ran up the stairs, desperate to find a window to break. But the house seemed to shift. Corridors stretching longer, stairways bending, leading me back to the same hall, again and again. That's when I saw it. The painting, the one with the scratched out faces, now had new faces. Mine! My face was painted over the child's, eyes wide open, mouth twisted in terror. I don't remember screaming, but my throat hurt as if I had. Everything went dark. When I woke up, it was morning. The house was silent.
peaceful, as if nothing had happened. The door was open again. My car keys were on the table. I didn't question it. I left everything behind and drove away without looking back. But last night, I heard the whisper again. In my new apartment, right beside my ear. It said, "Welcome home."